Hi, good evening, namaste, and welcome everyone to this webinar by Scriptahit. We're so glad you could take time off this evening to join us. Before we dive right in, just a few housekeeping instructions, please. First of all, we're live streaming to you from Bangalore. So if the electricity goes off, just bear with us and we will be back online in a few moments. Also, to say this space is for you. We are here to let you know more about us, answer your questions, and talk you through what Scripter Hit is about and how we'd love to hear from you more about it. So, at any point of time, if you are watching us, if you've joined us on the webinar through Zoom, please either use the raise hand function and we'd love to hear from you and take your questions. You're also welcome to type your questions into the chat, both on Zoom as well as into the Facebook comments, as if you're watching the live stream on Facebook. So welcome again. My name is Krishna Udayashankar, and I'm a writer. If you've read any of my books so far, well, thank you for coming here anyway this evening. But I'm here today as a writer of 9 books and also as one of the founding team members of Scripter Hit. And I have here with me today two of the other uh, whirlwind forces behind Scripter Hit. We have Jay Shankar Krishnamurthy, whose
Hello.
brainchild Scripter Hit is, and Jay, as we all call him, is one of those guys who, after a very successful career of finance of many years, decided one day he wanted to become a writer and entrepreneur. And so here we are today. I'm going to also let him talk more about the site later. We also have Shrikant, who is an award-winning writer, and he writes for this amazing creative medium, which is bringing stories through life, through dance. And I know his life partner is a very big part of doing that as well. He is also an entrepreneur with, I think, 3 decades of track record in setting up both commercial and creative entrepreneurial ventures. And here we are today, Team Script a Hit. And like I said, this is your space, and we are here to hear from you and share with you what Script a Hit is all about. I'm just going to get the ball rolling with a couple of questions I've always wanted to ask Jay and Shrikant, whom I know very well, but I've never really asked the question to. And in the meantime, please keep your questions and comments rolling in anytime. So, Jay, first question to you. Can you tell us what Script a Hit is about? Give us the pitch.
Script hit, I think we summarize script hit as your ideas, our words. That's our tagline. Basically, what we are giving is a platform wherein any person who has an idea but doesn't have the time, skills, or the connections or the resources to convert that idea into a novel, they can submit it into our website, and we will write the novel, write the idea into a novel, and pitch it to publishers and also to content producers. Our team has like a well-established writer as a co-founder, and we also have a person who is in who has got a background in TV experience. She's based out of the US. She's also one of the co-founders. And Shrikant, as Krishna already experienced, has got heavy duty experience in producing, and he has got excellent connections. So we feel that we have an excellent core team that can assist people convert their dreams into reality. So that's, I think, is in short our pitch.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for that, Jay. Shrikant, so what excited you about Scripted Hit? What brought you on board?
Thanks first and foremost, Jay and Krish, for those flattering introductions and for having me on the forum today. So, like many, I think, aspiring writers in India and overseas, I think the ideas for scripts are very large, even in my head. It's just that I neither have the requisite skill sets to convert it into a book or even the time to be able to do it, much as I would love to. And when I know that there are others who could probably do a better job with my idea than I could, and getting it to its final conclusive shape, seemed very unique to me. I've never come across anything like this before. I've heard of ghostwriting services which tend to be terrible. This one actually, well, has Krishna in it and Jay, who's also a published author now. So obviously, we are talking to people who have been published several times, who made a mark in the writing world. So for people like me, I thought this was amazing as an opportunity to be able to get my story to the world. Of course, I mostly use stage and film productions to do it, although it's my desire someday to have a book on the shelf. Let's see how that goes. But there are many, many aspiring authors who I think are not devoted to stage or film. They want to have a book. And it's a idea whose time has come, as they say. I don't know who said that, but somebody said that. So, which it's a natural choice that I jumped at it when I heard about it. I think, Jay, we only had one conversation around this before I.
Yes.
Yes, and so glad you jumped on board. And I think what I'm loving is just seeing the passion on both your faces as you start talking about Scripter Hit. So I want to field the next question to Jay, which is, how did you come up with this idea in the first place?
This idea came from my own personal experience, or my struggles with my writing. From the age of 13, I have wanted to be a writer, but I could never come up to actually completing a book. I have written several synopses and even gone around even writing chapters, but never could. And even though and then I struggled really quite a bit. And then I was fortunate enough to actually pitch it to my co-founder and wife, Krishna, who is an established writer. So, when I pitched an idea to her, she was able to converse. She jumped on the idea and, she brought in quite a lot of interesting aspects and made that idea into a great book. She also helped me find another co-author for another book of mine, which is currently being, it has been accepted by very famous agent called Anuj Berry. So they are now pitching it to various book publishers and audio video content producers. And for my third book, I was once again looking for a writer. And this time around, since I had a good experience, I was said, I will go alone. I will hire a professional writer. And I completed my third book, which now again has gone for review to another publisher. So what I basically felt is that, there are many people who are like me who just don't have the time. One more thing which I feel is that we are going through a very interesting and challenging phase. The OTT, the expansion of OTT and the explosion of, the demand for content is so high that I feel that there is people who have very unique stories have now a very good chance to get their book published and, more importantly, see their name on screen as a originator of film or a web series. India's OTT business is forecast to explode in another 4 years, and we ourselves, we are just a startup. We have been reached out by at least 3 directors who have already reached out to us, asking us, do you have a story that, which you are willing to share with us? So what I felt is this is one of the most exciting times for people who wish to, who have a unique idea and who wish to be part of writing. But before, let me ask you, Krishna, what do you think as a writer? This is a question which is important, is that as a writer, what do you think about this concept? Because you are already published and your books have been optioned by several option to several, what do you call, movie actors and producers. And right now you're already writing a TV series. So why come into this at all? Like you don't.
Oh my God, you should have warned me you were going to ask that. No, see, I think it is exactly because I have been both a novelist. I mean, I am a novelist, and at the same time, I've had the opportunity of having, like, I think pretty much everything I've written to date optioned, and also things I haven't written, I've been brought in as screenwriter for a couple of gigs, as you've been mentioning. I'm working on stuff. And I think one of the things that struck me is that, let's say when you talk about audiovisual, whether it's movies or OTT, there is actually a huge bunch of creativity, a lot of different value adding players who come in to create, sorry to borrow business jargon, a value chain. So the final product that you're creating is literally like 10 times more dhamakedar. It's an idea, but it's an idea that is being nurtured by a whole team of creative talent. But whereas when we look at things that make it out there as books, it is such a lonely journey. It is people trying to be ideator, creator, scribe, editor, everything in one. And, yes, you have great work that comes out as a result, but is that necessarily the only way to do it, the best way to do it? So to me, I think, there are two levels about it. One is that if this can work in so many creative fields, if it can work in, I think Shrikant could jump in on this, if it can work in stage performances, dance, plays, where you have a team of creative people coming in to deliver that final product. It can work with web series, it can work with movies. Why can't it work with this? And sort of leading on from that, the power of being able to do it this way is that you get the best of stories. You get the best of lived experiences. Someone who has, like, oh my God, this happened to me in my life, but there's no way of sharing that with the world because you're expecting that one individual to be everything. And I think to me, Script a Hit is that it brings together the best of creative talent. It gives opportunities to those with amazing life experiences, as well as, boundless imagination. And you know how excited I've got over some of the submissions we've received. And my reaction has been like, literally, wow, I wish I thought of that idea. And when you see those ideas and you realize that, these ideas deserve that broader audience, I actually find it very exciting and almost a privilege to be part of an effort that allows us to take all these ideas, these various sorts of creative talent together, to be able to share that with the world, because the world needs to hear these stories. So yeah, I know it's long answer to your question. Um, Shrikant, do you want to jump in on this conversation? I mean,
Absolutely. I think most productions I have been involved with, the fulcrum of the production is always the story. Everything else revolves around it. If you get the story right, I think 50% of your work is already done. Then comes the music, the performance, the actual filming it, staging it. I think that's everything revolves around this one fulcrum. If you get it right, you got it all right, right? And India, I know, has some wonderful stories and storytellers available. It's just that they probably don't know the avenue to see. The whole thing looks very immensely difficult. I've got an idea, yes, but to get that on a shelf of a bookstore is a totally different ballgame, which, it seems to me so hard that I wouldn't even try it. So I think if we are able to get these stories onto their desired end, it helps other industries as well. I mean, if I had a collection of great stories to choose from, I would be working on 6 productions at one time. Um, the problem most often happens is that you don't have stories that excite, and I think that's because there's a few who keep revolving around these, and then there's a lot of stories that don't get told. When they give a synopsis, it sounds great, and then, so why don't you write it? Oh, I don't have time, or it just fizzles out like that. I think it's a shame. Somebody has to do it, right? So getting this team together to do it is probably, as you put it very rightly, Krish, that It takes a village to raise this child, and doing it alone is not easy. I mean, is it possible? Yes, but you diminish your chances of success to a minuscule proportion when it doesn't have to be that way, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm just gonna pop in. We have Koel from Kolkata who has a question for us. I'm just going to read out the question for you, which is what is the chance of our idea getting accepted? Will we get feedback on the idea? So, which one of you would like to take that question?
Go
Yeah,
for it.
yeah, I can take it up. We do get a lot of submissions, and unfortunately, some of the submissions we have to say no. But what we try and do is most of the time is actually read through the script and see if there is a potential. And a lot of times we also call the person who has submitted an idea, because we know they have spent a lot of time and effort and have trusted us with submitting a script. We try and call them and say that, the reason why we give them a reason as to why we think this particular story is that we cannot select. Sometimes we also say that, your story needs to be resubmitted. If you can make certain changes to your story and plots, we think you have an interesting premise, but I think we are not able to fully capture what is there in your mind. So we kind of say that we kind of give them notes and say that, can you please resubmit? So yes, there is like some amount of obviously filtration that does happen. But what we do is, what at least we can assure you, is that we don't just look at a story and just choose or accept it. We understand the emotions involved of the submitter, which we take into account and try to ensure that, if it is a yes, obviously everybody is happy. But if it is a no, we kind of try and explain to them why it is a no. Or if it is a maybe, then we can say, we go back to them and tell them that, that how this can become a yes. So I'm not sure if I have fully responded, but this is our current thinking, and this is the system that I've been following.
Thanks, Jay. Just as a heads up, we have a few more questions. We have Mantri, who's had they have had their hand up, and I'm just going to request them to unmute themselves and speak. Following which, we also have questions from Banashri and Victor. Banashri and Victor, please bear with us. We'll just get to you in a moment. Mantri, would you like to unmute yourself and share your thoughts, your questions, please? Mantri,
Sure.
hi. Mantri, please go ahead. Okay, I think Mantri is having technical difficulties. Mantri, please let us know whenever you're ready, and we'd be happy to hear from you. In the meantime, I'm just going to go on to the other questions. We will come back to you, Mantri, just whenever you're ready. We have a question from Banashri, who is asking, how can we trust that our idea will not be stolen and we don't get paid? Okay, can I go for this one, please?
Yes.
So, Banshri, I already said I'm a writer. I'm also a lawyer. And I know what it's like to be on the other end of that space where you feel, hey, this is my idea, this is my baby, and what happens if somebody just takes it away from me? And which is why we try and deal with this at multiple levels. One is we request for all submissions to come through the website, so that there is a complete and actual documentation of the fact that you have sent us something, and you get your acknowledgement. So all of that, first step, that it's when you are submitting something, it is submitted in a safe way where you still have control over it. Here's the second thing. Until we say we like your idea and you sign a contract with us, a legal document that makes sure, one of the first things that it does, it says, is that under every circumstance, you will always be credited with the creative credit for the idea. Whatever form it takes, whether it's a book, it's a screenplay, it's an stage production, whatever form, you are legally protected by the contract and you have the right to be identified as the creator of that idea. And then that same contract tells you exactly what you are going to get in terms of money. And that, these are the conditions. And if we, for any reason, don't make good on those conditions, there are how you are protected, how your idea may come back to you, how you have every right to go against us legally if you don't get your money. All of these things are taken care of. And these are important because, professionally, it's very important to us because we're all writers in this room and we know exactly what it's like to be, a writer, and it's your brainchild. You've brought it into this world. And there is that sense of, oh my God, what if I don't get recognized for this? What if I don't get paid for my effort? And we completely respect and understand that. And secondly, it's also, I think that, if not just you, if people are going to share their ideas with us, they have to know they can trust us. And it's very, very important for us to keep that faith and keep that trust you are placing in us intact. And for this reason, it looks like a lot of paperwork, but we would like to go through that paperwork, stamp paper, contract, signed and sealed, so that we all understand where we are coming from. We're completely transparent about the process, and we are all safe and confident to focus on what needs to happen next, which is getting that story into a form that it can be shared with the world. And that's not going to happen if all of us are worried about, oh my God, am I going to get paid? Oh my God, is my story safe? Oh my God, is this writer going to sell this to somebody else while, we're putting in all the effort? I think there's a lot of fear that works always. And we really just want to take care of that at the very beginning so that we can get on with the really, really exciting work of getting that story out there. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, just to add to that, some of them, like these days, some of the submissions that we have received, there is a association called Screenwriters Association, wherein you can register your idea and you will get a certificate. That kind of ensures that your idea is already, or idea or synopsis is already registered with a forum. So that also acts as an added security. And what we do is, once let's say we move from idea station to writing stage, and once you have written a couple of chapters, we will also be copywriting with the Copyright Offices of India. The reason why we want to do this is we ourselves have to be protected, because once we write and let's say we pitch it to a content producer, we are also afraid of the same thing, that our idea, it's quite possible that a content producer might like it, but for some reason, might decide to
they get inspired by it.
yeah, that's the right word. May get more inspired, and so we ourselves plan to take care of these kind of safeguards to ensure that our idea is also protected, because we will be once we choose the idea, we will be expending significant time and actual financial resources to develop that idea into a novel. Just to give you an example, because we have to first, have to have a writer's room, because to ensure that the idea is fully developed into a plot line, and then it has to be written by a professional writer. And then once again, it has to go for a editing, because the same person is not an expert. So then it will go to an editor, and then finally to a proofreader, because all these things need to be done for us to ensure that when we submit this manuscript to a reputed publisher, they don't throw it at the first, then the horse doesn't fall off in the first fence, because it's a very highly competitive business and they are receiving a lot of submissions. So we are going to be expending quite a lot of resources in this. So in all these stages, at the same time, we will also, depending upon how confident we are, why we are choosing the book route basically is OTT content producers are getting a lot of ideas. They are like, inundated with ideas from everybody. So we want to use it as first to use as a publish as a book. The reason being, once it is published as a book, and if it receives recognition, when we pitch it to a content producer, he has either heard of it or he is confident that the idea or the idea for the book has already gone through one round of screening by the team of editors in a reputed publishing agency. And while we, as I said, so that is one of the reasons why we want to go through the writing route. But at the same time, we will not just stick to that, because like my own idea, own book, the agent has pitched it to 6 publishers. He has also quite confidently publishes to 5 directly to 5 audio video content producers. So we will also be preparing what is called a Bible or a manuscript, which I think Krishna will be able to elaborate as to how that is done, because I have not done one, but that we will do and pitch it to the content producers. So the reason why I'm mentioning all this is that while you need to be aware that, why you need to be confident about it, or, to ensure that your idea is protected, we also need to be confident, and we will be also taking steps to ensure that, your work and our collaborative work is protected. And Krishna, I will leave it to you as to, like which comes first, whether, like idea or, what do you call, book or screenplay, or how does it go? Because we do keep getting stories like saying this is for a web series. So like, what do you say to them? Like, is it okay to write it as a book? Because I always felt that anything that can be said on screen can be first said on a book, but I would like your take on it.
So, okay, this is coming from my, experience working on web series and, movies and that. Increasingly, what is happening is that I'm realizing producers, the reason why they like books is because they're getting a world that is built out well. And the more complex the world, the more reassuring it is for them that, this is not just an idea and then we go deeper into it. Iska kuch nahi hone wala hai. It's not something you can develop easily. When you have a book, your characters have been thought out, your plot has been thought out, the context, whether it is, it's a fantasy novel set in some fictional planet, or whether it is set in, dark, gritty Mumbai underworld, whatever it is, those details have been worked out, and it's much easier for them in many ways, not just in terms of the story, but everything from being able to figure out production design, to figure out budgets, to figure out the right platform you want to pitch it to. So many things fall into place a lot easier when you have a complete manuscript or a published book to work with. So, and increasingly, and particularly because, as I think you mentioned this earlier, Jay, that the demand for content is going up so much that, you don't have the luxury like you did back when Sholay was being made, or saying, Acha, I'll take 10 years to make this. You need to get it out there fast, which means you need to know that the hit ratio is going to be better. You need to know that there is enough stuff, enough usable stuff for a team to be able to move with it into audio-visual production. And all of those things add in very much to, that sense of comfort a producer who is going to put in lots of money into bringing something to screen gets when they pick up an idea. So increasingly, I'm seeing producers say, okay, it's a book, great. It does make a difference. And so, I do feel that the effort of getting something out as a book literally gives you that comfort that, just a speculative Bible, a speculative screenplay, and, season arc and all those other things, which are, all those various documents that go into actually pushing something to a producer. One book makes all the difference. So yeah, I see Shrikant nodding, so I'm just going to ask him for his take on this before moving on to some of the other questions we have.
Very well said, Krish, because a screenplay is the outcome of the book. It's from the book that the screenplay emerges. And secondly, a book, as you rightly said, is a far more comprehensive document, which also allows the filmmaker, I go through this all the time, to envisage, what do I take from this? What do I leave out of this? So it's like a film is a subset of the book you've written in many ways. Very rare that a movie would be able to capture every element of what is in the book. It's usually not possible. Right. But we're telling it in 2 hours or 3 hours or in a short film. We don't have the luxury of going through 300 pages of it. But if you have a 300-page manuscript, it makes life that much easier, as opposed to giving me an idea which sometimes can develop in different ways and may not be suited to, it's difficult to bring it to a conclusion. But in a book, it's all there. It's all clear. So yeah, a book always makes sense.
See, thanks. So yeah, we just heard it from a filmmaker himself. Yeah, so I'm gonna move on to some of the, we have quite a few questions lined up, so I'm just gonna focus straight on those now. I think Mantri was trying to speak to us earlier. They had some tech issues. Mantri is now back using their mobile. Mantri, are you able to pose your question to us right now? Can you come online and share your question with us, please?
Why? Are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, Mantri, please go ahead.
Actually, I'm a novelist, published a good number of books in English and also in Telugu, and all are with ISBN numbers and copyright protected certificates available from Copyrights World Athens. And some of the stories are readily written as screenplay also, with dialogues, scenes, readily available for movie making purposes, and even some stories are available for Hollywood movies making purpose. How can your website, your people, organization can utilize my stories? Because I have written for the last 4 or 5 years and vigorously written during the COVID for the last 2 years. I utilized the best time COVID holidays. And can you be in a position to take my stories, novels further?
Thank you so much for that question, Mantri. We have, sorry, on chat, a very similar question from Victor. So I'm just going to read that out, and so that we can club the response, because I think it's very much synced, which is that Victor's question is, does Script-A-Hit work with only ideas of a storyteller? What if I have written a few novellas and wish to pitch them to publishers and production houses? How does it work then? Which I think is very similar to Mantri's question about, I have books that have been published, they have ISBN numbers, and what can we do with those? So, Jay, would you like to take that, or?
The one thing we want to clarify is, if the book is already published, we are not like agents. We are more like, what we want to be is like acting like an interface and help ideas to be developed. So we are not agents that we can pitch your books to producers or to like publishers. So we are not in the business of agenting. I think for many people who are in that space, there are number of agents who are available in India. If you need some assistance, you can write to us. I can provide you with the names. Like, if you have already completed a manuscript and it has not been published, what I would suggest is that you submit a synopsis to us. And if we like the synopsis, we would actually ask you to submit the full manuscript. It has happened in one of the cases where initially one of the person who submitted an idea. We really liked the idea and we signed an agreement. Then he told us that he has actually written the whole manuscript. I said, great, that's like something which is even very good. What we kind of wish to add a caveat is that we have the full right, while we very welcome the idea, and if it gets accepted, we will accept the manuscript. The caveat that we have is we have the right to change the plot and also the storyline to make it, like what we think is appealing and what we think is sellable. Because at the end of the day, we are taking the time and effort and the financial risk. So, that kind of leeway, that is something which we require. So I would say, if you are already published, go to an agent. We can give a refer to you. If you are not published, submit a synopsis to us. And then if we like it, we are willing to take the full publication from you and then work with it. And we will also make it participative for you, so that when we appoint a screenwriter or like a story person, you can interact with them to share your ideas. But the thing is, like, as I said, we have our own kind of, we experts, and we know what is currently, at least we believe, what is currently saleable and what is kind of like what is trending. So we would like to, we will be taking the liberty of amending the script. I hope I have answered the question.
Yeah. I'm just going to quickly add to that, if I may, before going on to the next question, which is basically that, see, the whole idea is that a team can do better what more than one person can. So while we respect your creativity and we respect the effort you've put into actually creating something that is already a ready story or a manuscript or a screenplay, the fact is that there is, and this is true of anyone, this is true of somebody, it is true of me who is like 9 books down. There is room for improvement. There is room to figure out what needs to change if you're going from novel to screenplay. There's room to figure out, what is more popular now. There is a room to do a lot more. And while we are willing to have your whole story and take your inputs on that, we are going to say, look, you need to work with us as a team, because this team is capable of delivering more than what one individual can. And for that reason is why we are saying that typically we like to receive synopses. If there is more material you have backing up that synopsis, whether it is, a draft manuscript or it's a draft screenplay, great. Thank you. We'd love to have that extra input. But it still needs to go to the team. It still needs to go through that process, so that what comes out at the end of that process is probably the best version that can be. And so, yeah, that's pretty much how we work. With that, I'm just going to move to the next question, which is Syed Ahmadin Noor has asked, can you give an approximate time frame in which our stories would be developed and pitched? Should I just take that?
Syed, I think I know Syed because
this is our Syed.
This is the person whose idea has been accepted. So I guess he's very keen to know when it is going to be.
Hey, that's wonderful. Syed, so glad you joined us on this webinar as well, and congratulations.
So like, as I mentioned, what will usually the process is like when we first select the idea, and then what we do is we will be forming a kind of like a core committee or a writers group to ensure that the script is fully read, and we develop a plot line or a synopsis or a chapter-wise summary, which we are happy with. This will take some time, usually 1 to 2 months. And then we will turn it over to a professional writer who will take anywhere between 3 to 6 months to write the book. And after that, depending upon the quality of the book that is produced, the editing and the proofreading and all can be done. So you can usually take anywhere between 6 to 12 months once the idea is expected for you to see the final finished product, which will be ready for pitch to a publisher or to a content producer. Because it does take time to ensure that the rigor is followed in producing a manuscript. One thing which I want to mention at this time is that while I said it is the most, it is the best of time, it's the worst of times. It's a very famous quote. So it's a very best time to be a writer. But at the same time, it is also not a great time because in a sense, it is so easy to publish that if you have an Amazon account, you can just go and self-publish. Or if you have reasonable amount of money, you can hire a professional writer and you can get it published. Or you can even you can self-publish. So the number of books that are available in the market and which are getting pitched to publishers is humongous, is really humongous. Like, I'll just give you my personal experience. I gave my book to my agent, Anuj Berry. I think that was in January or February. It was lying with him for 2 months. By the time the editor came and said, I need to have a chat with you, she made us do all the edits and changes, and it took at least 2 months. From that time, it has now been, I think, 4 or 5 months. It has gone to the publishers, but we are still waiting. And one of the things that has been told is like, COVID has kind of also helped a lot of people who have been, sitting alone to have the creative urges. So a lot of books are getting written and pitched. So that is why we have to take a lot of time to ensure that we are coming with a manuscript which doesn't get, which has got a very good chance of acceptance. So that is the reason it will take some time. The time factor that I mentioned.
I'm also just with an eye on the chat. Koel, I know you had a similar question. I hope this has also answered your question. Otherwise, just please flag it again. Moving on, Redmi has their hand up. Redmi, would you like to unmute yourself and share your question, please? After which we're going to questions from Ashwini, Nandakishore, and Ayush. Redmi, are you there? Redmi is the same as Mantri. Got it. Sorry. I think they logged in from their phone. So apologies, my blooper there. Okay, so let's move on to two questions actually interrelated from Nandakishore. The first question is, who will be the author of the book written by one of your writers and who owns the copyright? The second question from Nandakishore is, if you already have a complete manuscript and a ready screenplay for a full-length feature film, do you accept it? And what about IPP, intellectual property protection? So I'm going to answer the part of that second question first and come back to the IPP. I mean, just being the lawyer in the room to do that. Nandakishore, I think Jay mentioned this earlier and I also pitched in on it, which is that we do like to look at complete manuscripts and ready screenplays. We are open to that, but with the understanding that this is not something we are going to be able to take out as is because we are not in the agenting business. So while we appreciate that additional information and effort and inputs that are coming because you have something that is much more developed than a synopsis, it is going to still go through the co-development process that our team is going to put into it. So that's answering the second part of your question. Now, what happens to intellectual property, whether it is for a manuscript or a screenplay? So here's the thing. At the end of the day, copyright is owned by the publisher. It is owned by the producer. What you get always, and what even I have as a published author, is the moral right to be asserted as the author once it is published. Because when you enter into a publication agreement or you enter into an agreement to write a screenplay, you do what is known as assigning copyright to whoever is the final financially exploiting maker of that product, whether it is your publisher, like when Penguin publishes my books, I have to assign them copyright. When I work with, when I work with Disney Hotstar, I assign the copyright over my screenplay or even the synopsis to them. Now, what happens when Script a Hit comes into the mix? So as part of the contract, what we will do is we will say, once we've signed you on, we will give you pretty much the exact same terms you will get from the end user, which is we say, look, we are now taking copyright and we are reaffirming your right, apologies, to be identified as the creator. The moral, right over this work remains with you. Now, logical question, why do we need to do that? Because once we, take your idea, we put in money into it, we put in effort and time, and we get our writers and our editors to work on it. And let's say I eventually take it to a publisher. I take it to Penguin, I take it to a HarperCollins, I take it to Westland. The first question they get to me is, hey, who are you to sell this book to me? And in order to say that, boss, I have the right to sell this book to you, or I have the right to sell, the audio visual, the web series rights to you, Script a Hit needs to hold the copyright of what has been created. Now, which is not to say you as a creative person are out of the picture. All throughout this, let me make this again clear. Intellectual property is going to break down into two things: your right to be identified as a creator and your right to get paid for it, and what you are calling copyright, which eventually is not going to belong to either you or to Script a Hit. It is going to belong to whoever publishes the book or whoever makes it into a web series. And all we are talking about is paperwork that allows this to move this particular, the commercial element of rights, intellectual property, from you to Script a Hit to whoever is going to be the ultimate publisher or movie maker behind this. I hope that answers that question without complicating it too much. Yeah, I just hope it answers the question.
I just want to add that in this particular case, I think he mentioned he already has the full manuscript and the screenplay. I would suggest, I would request, in fact, that you submit a short synopsis, because if everybody submits the full manuscript, we won't have the time and we will not be able to give it the, full attention that is required to go through the entire manuscript to come up with a decision. So we have given sample synopsis in our website. So we would ask you to look at the sample synopsis. It doesn't have to match it, but it gives you a broadly good idea about what it should be. You can submit a synopsis of it. And as I mentioned before, like it happened to our one other submitter, once we like the idea, we ask them to send us the full manuscript, which we will again use it to develop it into a novel. So that's the only thing just I wanted to add.
Thanks. So, okay, Victor has raised their hand and they're allowed to speak. Hang on, before that, just sort of going in the order we've received the questions. We have a question from Ashwini, who is through Facebook, who has asked, what is the guarantee that if our idea is accepted, it will be turned into a screenplay?
I can tell you that I can answer that. To be very frank, there are no guarantees, because I think, like in this current age, like I have completed a book. I don't know if it will get published or not. So that is a risk that we all have to take. The only thing we can do is, if your idea is accepted, we will be taking a lot of time and effort, and we will give it the full force behind us to ensure that it reaches the producers and the publishers. That is the best that we can do. We have enough connections, but I don't think in this today's age, anybody can guarantee saying that, like, if you will like the idea, it is surely like we will ensure that it is guaranteed publications. Unfortunately, we don't want to make any false promises. So, that's the short answer to your question.
And if I can just add, from my own experience to that, I've had a book, and that was optioned for pretty decent money by a very big producer. 18 months later, they renewed the option, for another year. Then they renewed it again for another year. And after nearly 5 years, during which time I even got paid for it, and I did a lot of work writing the screenplay and writing a lot of the Bible and stuff. It just didn't get made. And it's very disappointing, but that's also the reality that times change. COVID happened, this happened, sorry, we're shelving this project for now. It can happen, and it can happen to the best writers out there as well. But of course, I think what we would want you to believe is that if we are going to invest the effort and money into developing your idea, then it can't be a bad idea. And somewhere we hope that good ideas will get the recognition we deserve. But then, just backing up what Jay said, there are no guarantees. If we could have
And,
that guarantee, then yeah.
I'll just like to add, to convert an idea into book, it will cost us anywhere between 6 to 8 lakhs.
Minimum.
So it is in our interest to ensure that
we pick winners.
We pick winners, and also that the book gets published, because otherwise for us it will be like a sunk investment. So that's the other major factor, which is but even though we are investing this money, we are still saying there is no guarantee, because we know that for a fact. Just because we have written a good book and we have spent all this money, we still can't guarantee. But the only thing is, we are taking your idea, we are paying you for the idea, we are spending resources, and after all these resources, and if it gets accepted, you still again get paid in the form of royalties and any other proceeds. So we feel it is a reasonably win-win situation. So I think that's what I would leave that thought with you.
Great. So, okay, we have a question from Ayush, who's asking, what does a producer or filmmaker, or to whoever the story is being pitched, want in a screenplay? I know it's quite subjective, but still, boss, I have only one answer to this question, which is, if I knew I'd be a billionaire here. Okay. Jokes apart, I think we do try and make sure that at some point, once something is developed, we can match it and map it to the right kind of creative inputs that need to go in, whether it is a writer who's going to pick up that book and give it, it's like, if it's a fantasy idea, you find somebody who can work well with fantasy. If it's a political thriller, you find somebody who can work well with that. Same logic also goes for when you're trying to pitch it for audiovisual or screenplay. That you try and figure out what somebody's strengths, you figure out what their interests are, what is the kind of work they're looking for, and you take it to the right people. So that is as far as we can go. And I know Jay mentioned at the beginning that one of our team members Neha has a lot of experience working directly on the pitching side with various OTT platforms and producers. I mean, I of course I work with them in a different capacity, but I also work with them. Srikanth himself is, producer of short films and stuff like that. So, sort of between us, we're hoping that you can try and make the right mix and match to make sure that it gets to the right person. But I don't think we have a formula to offer you in terms of this is what's going to click. You just find the right way to make it click, I think. Srikanth, as a producer, do you want to sort of come in on that? On maybe what do you look for in a story? And
sure. So there is no formula. When I read the synopsis or the story, it has to A, touch me somewhere, and B, it has to be feasible to be made within a reasonable budget and time. I mean, if you've got a script which is really, really good, but it's beyond our means to make it, obviously we'll have to refer it to someone else. Maybe it'll have to go to one of the big production houses abroad to do it. But at a fundamental level, your script has to strike a bell, and strike a bell in the producer itself first, because there is no magic. See, in the 80s and 70s, there were what we call formula films. So you have three brothers, they get lost, they join up, their songs, dances, villain. There used to be a formula which worked generally well, right? Cinema has evolved now you have some really intelligent content coming up thanks to OTT, thanks to a new generation of film goers, much like the younger generation today. I think the tastes have evolved. Anything that strikes a bell is likely to work. So if your work is sincere, if it's honest, if it has the ability to touch me in some way, yeah, chances are I will look at it very carefully. But if it's something where I feel that, okay, this looks like a rehash of what has been done before, then it obviously takes a very negative view, because the last thing I want is, okay, this one succeeded, so let me make another one just like that. It's usually doomed to fail, right? So I think it's the interest of the subject itself which we look for. It's no different from when you buy a book off the shelf. Do you know you're going to like it? You would know that only when you read it. And then when you do like it, it's difficult to pinpoint, okay, what exactly did I like about this? It's a holistic package, I think. Not very dissimilar in my mind.
Yeah, I hear that. It's like often when I talk to people, particularly in Bollywood, and I'm like, "Kya chahiye aapko?" And like, I'll know it when I see it. It's like, okay, but really, I get what you're saying, Shrikant, in terms of that. So we're very close on 7 o'clock, and thank you everyone for staying with us. I'm just going to take one last question from Victor, who has their hand up, and then just pass it around once for us for closing remarks. Victor, if you're here, would you like to unmute and share your question, please?
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead.
Apologies if you have answered this question and if I have missed it. While you have clarified everything, practically right from the idea generation process till the time it's translated into a final book, I just have one confusion regarding this part, that say I pitch an idea to you and you like it. Say it's a complete novel or a novella, and then you assign one of your script writers, and then we collaborate. So once we collaborate and we end up getting, as you said, the best product possible, then you pitch it to a publisher and the book gets published. So when you said that the writer has the right to morally associate himself with the book. So just extending on that, does it mean that the writer will have his name there when the book is listed on Amazon, the name of the book with the author's name, along with the other writer who has worked from a Script a Hit? Or is it just the name of the other author and we can morally associate our name somehow?
No, okay, here's the thing. Under any and every circumstance, your name is always on the cover. That is a given. Because this idea began with you and there is no way, you get pushed out of it. So if Victor Nandi were to submit an idea and it goes through the entire process, you can be 100% sure that Victor Nandi's name is up front and center on the cover of the book and everywhere else that book goes. Now, perhaps not in the case of your book, but could there be circumstances where the idea itself is being co-developed with another person? I won't rule it out. That is not the traditional, typical model we aim to follow. But I just don't want to, in public, make that blanket statement about, no, it's never going to happen. Perhaps there may be instances where there is such a degree of collaboration that we need to sit down and ask everybody, you know what? Okay, Victor, you came up with this idea, but listen, we worked on it for 6 months together. How do you feel about me being co-author? We may come back to you with that question. And if, depending on the circumstances, depending on what has been produced, that may be a discussion to have. But under no circumstances can it ever be, it is Victor Nandi's idea and Krishna Uday Shankar wrote the book, so it's Krishna Uday Shankar's name on the book. No, that's not how it happens. 100% guarantee always Victor Nandi's name as the originator of the idea, the creative mind behind the idea is going to get credit. There can never be any doubt about that.
Thank you.
I hope that answers your question.
Yes, absolutely. I just have one more question, and this is not directly related to the process, but this is more to you, as you have been in this publishing industry for a long time and you know the current trend. So with the readership of nonfiction increasing, like surging up over the last few years, do you think that the readership of fiction has taken a big hit, and fiction writers should reconsider their chances if they wish to make it big, if they wish to see their names on the big under the big banners, through fiction? Do you think that's a thing we should consider?
Okay, so I wouldn't be completely honest if I said no, everything is hunky dory. It's not. You're right. People are reading less. People are reading to escape, which is a good thing. I think there are lots of things happening. People are reading less, which is not a great thing. People are reading to escape, which is a great thing. But I think sort of the other door that has opened up for writers is that a published book isn't your only avenue of recognition or potentially making it big anymore. Books have almost become the stepping stone or the seed to visual content, which is, and we know that market has exploded, especially with COVID. Everybody's been binge watching stuff left, right, and center. Even like, personally, I am at that thing where I'm like scraping the bottom barrel of Netflix and saying, what can I watch now? And I'm, hungry for new things. So the flip side is, yes, people are reading less, but the really, really good thing that's happening is that books are now becoming sort of like the foundation or stepping stone for audiovisual content. So there is some negative to it, a lot of positive to it, but bottom line, no, books are not going away, writers are not going away, not at all. It's probably just the mix and match of where we get our kicks and where we get our recognition that's moving around a little bit, and I think that's a bit inevitable.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
I hope that helps.
Yes.
You're welcome, Victor. Okay. Thank you, friends, for staying on for so long. We're just a little over 7 o'clock, and I thank you all very much for your questions and the wonderful participation. I'm just gonna, before we close, I'm just gonna very quickly say, Jay, Shri, anything, last comments from you both before we call it an evening?
I wish to thank you all for attending our webinar, and I really look forward to receiving your ideas, and this whole experience has been really enjoyable. The breadth and depth of ideas that has come from across the country and even from overseas places clearly shows that there are many people who actually have a story to tell. So I would only encourage you to take the step, and we have kind of made it easier by saying, like, you can even submit it as an audiovisual content if you are hesitant to write, like I am.
A voice note. just record a voice note and send it to us. That's all.
So like in a voice note. So I would, urge everybody to submit a story, because I feel that Indians are very good storytellers, and I think your unique experience is something which the world needs to hear. So please go ahead and submit your idea. And thank you for attending.
Thank you, Jay. Shrikant?
I echo what Jay had to say. I think amongst the best stories in the world that I've heard always tend to emanate from this country. So please keep sending us your ideas. Don't worry about how they would develop, what the process is. We're there to be with you, walk this through with you. We are as interested as you are to see your name come in a published, work of yours. And I think as a team, we probably would be able to help you realize your dream as well at the shortest possible time, because you're already connecting with a set of people who are doing this for a living. Yes, it looks like 1 year, 1.5 years later, what would happen? Is this going to lead anywhere? I think you'll never know till you take the first step of sending us that idea to begin with. So rather than wish it away and say that, I've got this idea, but it's just too much headache, leave the headache to us. You send us the idea. Yeah. And we'll see how it goes. Good luck to everybody, and thank you so much.
Thank you all for staying with us. Have a wonderful rest of the week and weekend ahead. And if you have any further questions, please just drop us an email. And yeah, we really look forward to reading your submissions and look forward to working with you in the time to come. Namaste, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.